Hey now! What's going on, Adam?
What's up? What are we talking about? What amazing story have you got for us today, Sitch?
Another nail! Oh my god, just nail after nail in the coffin showing wokeness going down the tubes. Oh my lord, look at this.
Right.
Woke books bought for huge advances by inexperienced editors hired to post George Floyd have flopped. They're all flopping. We got woke Marvel movies dying. We got woke books dying. We have passed a peak wokeness. Wokeness is on the decline. The crabs are coming out.
Well, that's great news. So what's the gist of this story here, aside from the flop, all of these flops?
Well, okay. So they kind of go over, this is interesting. They go over certain woke books, how much the authors were given in advance and how many copies they sold. So the big name one, the big ticket one, right? Elliot Page. Elliot Page, obviously transitioning.
Huge celebrity. My God, this has got to be a banger.
I know. Huge celebrity, big star. And they wrote a book about their journey transitioning. Okay.
Right.
Elliot Page's
something relatable.
Transition.
Something millions of Americans do every day.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Wait,
exactly. Yeah.
I guess you're right.
No, you could be onto something.
Dozens of Americans do.
So Elliot Page was paid $3 million in advance sale for his book that he was writing. Only sold, big superstar Elliot Page only sold 68,000 copies.
Wow.
We have videos with higher views
I know.
than superstar Elliot Page's book about the journey of transitioning. Okay.
Yeah, well, I think we've gotten 68,000 views in like the last 48 hours, to be honest with you.
But it gets worse.
Poor Elliot.
It gets worse. Okay. Well, I mean, first of all, look at that. That's a bad cover. I mean, look at this. Page Boy. Come on. Bad title, bad cover, everything about that. But it gets worse. So Elliot Page is just the tip of the iceberg, right? So if you thought Elliot Page only selling 68,000 copies is bad, wait till we see the people that aren't the big stars. Okay. You got a lady, okay, Carol Farrell's Dear Miss Metropolitan. Okay. This is a book about 3 young girls who are black and biracial.
Okay.
Kidnapped and thrown in the basement of a decaying house in Queens. This novel was estimated to be worth $250,000, Adam. $250,000, right?
Wow.
And you know how many copies it's shifted?
You can't say that.
Well, that's what the article says. Well, it doesn't say that. only 3,000 copies.
Wow.
3,000 copies since 2021, Adam. 2 years, 3,000 copies. Okay.
I feel sorry for those 3,000 people.
Here's another one. Claudia Cravens. First of all, very unfortunate name. She's an example of a queer feminist Western. That's literally how she describes herself. Okay.
A queer. Hold on.
Queer.
She personally is a queer feminine Western, or
feminist,
her book is
queer feminist Western. Okay. She wrote a book called Lucky Red. She got an advance of $500,000. This lady got an advance of $500,000. This queer feminist Western, and she sold, survey says, 3,500 copies of her book.
Very sad.
Wow. For $500,000, 3,500 books. Wokeness is dying. No one wants to read this garbage. It was like, this is what happened. George Floyd, boom. A bunch of like suburban housewives were on lockdown. Okay. A bunch of white suburban housewives who are on lockdown are like, I need to feel like I'm helping the black community. So I'm going to go on Amazon and Audible, and I'm going to order a book written by a nice black female author talking about the struggles of the female black community. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to be like, wow, I'm really helping that community by listening to this woman's story. And then a couple years go by, and it's like, no one ain't got time for that anymore, okay? Lockdown is over. Everyone's out and about, going out to the movies. Well, they're not going to the movies. The movies are dying. They're watching their favorite streaming TV show. Okay, they're eating at
Sitch and
restaurants. They're watching the Sitch and Adam show. They don't care about this crap anymore.
Right. They're measuring how far we've gone with wokeness, whether or not it's on the decline.
And then, so there's another interesting part of this article where they talk about how last year James Patterson, he made a comment about how authors are facing racism if they're white.
Really?
Okay.
That's it. That's an interesting development. You can't say stuff like that.
Oh, well, he got canceled and he had to apologize.
Okay. Look.
Yeah, he apologized for saying it. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry for saying that. But another author made up the same point, saying, quote, a friend who is a literary agent told me that he cannot get editors to even read first novels by young white male writers, no matter how good. They are just not interested.
Right.
And a senior editor for the Free Press told the Daily Mail, said, quote, we flat out decided we weren't going to look at certain white male authors because we didn't want to be seen as acquiring that stuff. How is this is this mind-blowing? In the year 2023 in America, you have private companies that are just explicitly racist. Like, listen, if you're white, need not apply. Look at the sign. Okay, we're not even going to read your book. We're not going to look at your book. We're not going to consume any element of your book. All we care about is your skin color. For a book, for text on a page. No one even sees you. No one's looking at a little picture on the back cover. No one cares what you look like.
Look, I've heard this argument made. Normally, it's made around CEOs. People on the left tend to say, anyone could do this job. Anyone could be a CEO. They're just picking straight white males because they like them. They like straight white males and they want to promote them. But anyone could do this. You could put anyone in this job. Novel writer, anyone could do that. What? It's just words on a page. You just keep writing until it's done. This is simple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So are you telling me that they finally understand that the book has to be good?
Well, we'll see.
What they write has to be entertaining, has to keep people's attention?
Well, this is why the socialists are all wrong. And I'm glad we live in a capitalist country, because in a capitalist country, you got to sink or swim here. So when all these woke books come out and no one cares about them because no one cares about subject matter or because they're all written like garbage, okay, they don't get sold. And so they sink. We don't live in China where China says, hey, we're going to build a bunch of cities that are just empty to create artificial property values, right? So if we lived in China, if we lived in a socialist country, the government could just buy up all these woke books.
Well, look,
be like, listen.
I'm suspecting, 3,500 books sold seems like a nice round number, like someone just made a purchase.
Oh, well, okay. To be fair, I was rounding the number from the article.
One-time purchase.
Well, that is what happens a lot with these books is that.
Yes, I know.
Some organization
they buy them for an NGO. They're like, look, here's a bunch of books for your orphans to read. Some rich philanthropist just bought 3,500 copies of my book. Look, that could be going on here. Look, I imagine some executive somewhere reading a book, tears streaming down their face.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best book I've ever read. This could be the next great American novel. Why does it have to be written by a straight white male? Right?
Well, yes.
Can't you pretend to be gay?
Well, what's funny? I wrote a book that wasn't very good.
Did you?
I did. Long-time viewers of the show will know this. And I tried to get it published. I went to agents and, I was unsuccessul. But now all I would have to do was just write in the little bio thing that you send the agent. I just have to write that I'm a non-binary, queer, gender identifying, deer person or something. And they'd be like, oh, got him, sold, boom. And I just changed my main character to make him, queer. And I'd be right there.
Not if we're past peak wokeness, though. Which we're keeping
but it always takes the institutions time to catch up. There's always that lag time. That's what we're seeing. That's why these things are flopping, because there's always that lag time between people get tired of it and then the people are like, oh, we can't make this garbage anymore.
Yes.
And I want to read you. This is very funny. The Daily Mail people asked the editors that gave the quote I read earlier. They said, "We asked whether the editors acknowledged they were discriminating against writers on the basis of their skin color." And the editor said, quote, "I don't think it was worded quite as blatantly as that. It was worded more like, is this the right time to be championing authors of more traditional backgrounds?"
Look at that.
So like being a white male is a traditional background? Like what the hell does that even mean? That's insane.
I guess there was traditional discrimination, but I would like to think
but your background as a white male isn't a traditional background. Like that's like it's not traditional. It's like it's traditional to be a white male. Like no, what? That's stupid.
Right? Yeah, I get what. Yeah, no,
it's like perfect level.
It's racist, right?
Yes, it's perfect level of someone just being hyper racist, and they just like create some business speak way of saying being racist is okay. That's all it is.
Right. So is this, are our opportunities going to be opening up for me soon? Are opportunities going to be opening up for you soon? Look, we're a couple of great writers. What the hell?
Yes.
I've kind of given up on that. I've kind of figured, look, I don't check enough of the boxes these days.
Well, I know even when I was sending out my book, there was a lot of rumbling, though I didn't believe it because this was still when I was in my left-wing bubble. Maybe I should have, of like, oh, if you're a male author, be careful. Like a lot of female agents will only look at it if you're a chick.
Really?
And I was like, that's probably not true. But I will say the only people that wrote back to me were male agents.
We're guys. Yeah.
I don't know, just my own personal experience. So, that industry is very, progressive, but I they will catch up. They're going to have to catch up or they're going to die out. So,
yeah, it might be dying out anyway. We'll see. I don't know. Is there anything else from the story you want to?
Wokness is dying, Adam.
Who's winning the culture war?
We are.
Hi, you just listened to a Sitch and Adam recorded video. That's right, we're doing Monday through Friday deep dive recorded videos now. And of course, we're still doing our live streams. Our live streams are on Sunday and Tuesday starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And you can super chat us, or you can join the channel. Subscribe to this channel right here to watch the live show or watch more of our awesome deep dive videos. Recording!
Okay, never mind. Jesus Christ.
Don't start yet. We're not recording. Okay, we're recording now.
That should be the intro. You just saying recording like a
recording.
retard.